Good afternoon. I'm Muhammad Ali, Knowledge Guide. Today I'm just going to talk on a subject which most of us or all of us know. It is the simple word love, L-O-V-E, love. So we just say love, I love you, I love this, I love, or simply we go on saying without realizing that how sharp it is, how useful it is, and it is the only truth in the world. And not only in the world, anywhere in the universe. So we do not pay attention to this word. It is not a thing which can be cultivated. Nobody can feel love towards anybody. All people cannot feel love towards one another. It is a thing which is rare, which is very, very rare, rarely happens. Sometimes it happens one way, sometimes it happens two ways. So, two-way love can be seen rarely. This fact we must realize, otherwise, we will always be unhappy, moody. Because love is a divine thing. Okay, it cannot be bought. It is born. We feel love towards somebody. That means we have been in love, maybe somewhere, anywhere like that. So people who have been before they were born, people who have been in love after they are born, they will love. Two ways. So we want to get love across all people, all animals, birds, all, most of the creatures, maybe plants also. I do not know more about that, but I see some of the plants in love. But we want to get love, we won't get love. We'll love somebody, it is not reciprocated or it is not returned, then we get frustrated. It is not that. Somebody loves us, then that person loves us. And we feel love in return. That is true love. So I tell you, if that true bond is formed between human beings and animals, between human beings and the Creator, then only everything is conquered. Everything is conquered. This life is fulfilled. This life becomes meaningful. Okay. We just go and get married, and you expect love from your wife or your husband. You start loving them, but in return, they won't love you. Then you are frustrated. Then why should you get married? You fall in love with a man, boy, or girl, one, because you want to get love from them back. You won't get it. Then you get frustrated. Then why should you fall in love? You fell in love, this is not intentionally you fell. You fell in love. But the other person doesn't fall in love. They cannot force the other person to love us. Let it be wife, husband, children, parents, father, mother, siblings, anywhere. If there is true love, the entire life is fulfilled. So also people just go on praying, especially I have to tell this is first month, Ramzan, for Muslims. Just to think how many of us take fast to please the Creator because you love Him. Underline the word. Do you love God? And for that, with that love, to take fast, thinking that the God you love will be pleased with you, will love you. If you don't take fast, you will lose the love of God. That fear of losing the love of the Creator is called real God love, real obedience. The people say, okay, do things, take fast, this thing and that thing, pray, everything. Otherwise, God will punish you. So they just give a very, very bad picture of God, whichever religion it is. Now, fear of God or Creator is the love of God. If I do not undergo the prescription given by God, in whatever religion it is, then I will lose the love of God. With that fear, you do anything that will become meaningful. Otherwise, fasting will be starving only. You will never ever be benefited from that. If you realize the God, your Creator, and you love Him wholeheartedly, and for that, whatever prescriptions God has given, to whatever religion it is, follow that, because you are afraid whether you lose the love of God, then your prayer, fast, everything will be fulfilled, become successful. If you fear God and for that you take fast or pray or give help to poor people, there is more meaning in it. So start loving God wholeheartedly. Then follow all the prescriptions of religion. So also, you just start loving your wife or husband or children, but they don't love you. There is no meaning in that relationship. Not at all. The father starts loving the children, but the children do not love father. The father need not be frustrated because they don't feel love towards the father. The father felt love towards the children, so he goes on laughing. So he says that it is not reciprocated. He should not be disappointed. So the true love between children father, children mother, wife and husband happens if both of them have an affinity towards each other. So you have an affinity towards God, you love God and God loves you, then there is meaning in living life here. Otherwise, you do not think God does not love me, but you go on loving God, there is no meaning. You go on loving God, and definitely He will love you. That is within creator and created thing, business. But you love a person, and that cannot be or may not be reciprocated, then you should not be frustrated. I did my thing. I like that person and I love. It is not responsible. It is not reciprocated. So I am not to blame for that. If they don't love me, let them follow their mind. That is none of us. That. In that sense, go on loving God, even if God doesn't love you, because He cannot know. Okay, if God does love you, you won't have any trouble. You will have trouble, but you will recover from that. You see, something blockage comes in your life in the form of diseases, financial problems, anything. That blockage will definitely come. That is the plan of the universe. But you will escape from that. You will land safe. That is a sign that God loves you. If you don't get any help from God, God does not love you because you do not truly love God. The same thing does not happen as far as created things are concerned. You love somebody, somebody may not love. That is their fault and not your fault. So there are two types of love. One, eternal love or divine love between you and the Creator, and this worldly love which is temporary or which can go on changing at any time. People who have been in great love with us, we see in a fine morning, we see they start hating us. So vice versa. They have been loving a person and for years maybe, and on a fine morning, we just change our outlook. So the love, terrestrial love, the worldly love is not true love and it is not permanent love. But we want to live. For living, loving is required for the entire functioning of our body. Love, when we love, we produce serotonin, oxytocin. These hormones make us happy and makes our various organs of the body fit to live. So we will get immunity from diseases and illnesses. Illnesses are the things, a sort of disease developed inside the organs. Diseases are those coming from outside, virus, fungus, bacteria. Now you must understand as a strategy, okay, if we use love, go on loving all things, people, animals, birds, nature, all things, go on showing love towards them, then we will be very, very safe and we will become successful. Doctor it from me. From my experience, I tell you. Okay, when you love somebody, then they will reciprocate. It may be fake. They will be faking, may not be real. But what result you get? You will not be afraid of them. We are friends. He won't do anything. So in that sense, you get peace of mind and you will get a yoga status or atmosphere in mind, and you will be happy and you can be relaxed. So use this weapon while you move about in the family and outside anywhere. Use love always. Then another thing I must tell you is love is the sharpest and the most potential weapon ever invented.